Hey guys. Hey guys. Today's video is going to be about this NYX eyebrow gel. I posted about this on Instagram and I did a little like drugstore beauty haul featuring this baby right here. I'm always on the hunt for new eyebrow products because I'm obsessed with eyebrow products. And some of you guys said it would be helpful if I did like a little review and demo of how I use this because I really like it. It's one of my favorite things that I've bought from the drugstore recently, so I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop right into it, just gonna tell you a little bit about it and how I use it, and then I'm gonna show you how I did my eyebrows. Let's do it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, first let's talk about the price. This was $6.99. I found this at Fred Meyer. If you're from the Washington or Pacific Northwest? Is it everywhere? I don't know. Then you'll know what I'm talking about, but some of you guys don't. You can find it at Ulta too, or just order it from NYX.com or NYXCosmetics.com, whatever it is. You guys know what I'm trying to say. On the bottle here it says that it is waterproof, long-lasting, and smudge-proof. You get 0.34 fluid ounces. I got the color brunette. I wasn't sure about the color at first, but I think I kind of like it now. Anything that's from the drugstore that says it's waterproof, besides mascara, I'm kind of skeptical about because I think it's kind of hard for products that aren't, you know, spendy and like high-end products to be waterproof, but it's extremely long-lasting and waterproof. It takes a pretty hard time to get off when I'm like taking off my makeup, but I found that if I use coconut oil, it really helps to get it off. So yes, it's waterproof, yes, it's smudge-proof, and it is long-lasting. I can wear this all day and my eyebrows literally will be the same when I go to bed. It's crazy. So it definitely does do everything that it says on the bottle, which I'm super excited about. I usually use Anastasia Dip Brow, which is my favorite eyebrow product. I don't think anything could ever top it, but I have been using this more recently because my dip brow is kind of dried out and I don't really want to spend 20 bucks to get a new one. So I've just been kind of reaching towards this because I just bought it and I'm really excited about it, and I feel like it almost does just as good of a job as the dip brow. So if you guys are new to, you know, using like pomades and gels for your eyebrows and that kind of thing, and you just want to kind of test something out, then I would definitely try this first. I will say that this is something that is kind of hard to make your eyebrows look super natural with. Like when you wear this, it's going to be obvious that you filled in your eyebrows, but that's not necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. I kind of like more of a defined eyebrow sometimes, so if you're into that too, then this is going to be good for you. But if you don't kind of like the more dramatic eyebrows, then I don't know. I'm sure there is a way to work with this so that it does look more natural, like maybe using a smaller angled brush and just mimicking the brush hairs. I don't know. I might try that. I might post about it on Instagram if I can figure out how to make it look more natural, but I would say overall this is a product that you would use if you want it to look more defined. When I first used this, I was kind of annoyed about the packaging and I kind of wished that it was in like kind of a pot, kind of like the Anastasia Dip Brow, but when I started using it, I realized why they put it in this kind of squeezy tube, because it dries out very fast on your hand. I like to squeeze it out on the back of my hand, hence the staining. Seriously, you guys, look at this. It does not come off. I wasn't kidding when I said it's smudge-proof and waterproof. Let me take a towel to it too. Still there. It's crazy. So yeah, definitely use like coconut oil or, you know, something like that to take it off. Anyways, like I was saying, it does dry out pretty fast. A little bit does go a very long way with this, and when you squeeze it out on the back of your hand, it does dry out really fast. So I've learned that the trick with this is to just use a little bit at first. Don't squeeze out a bunch on the back of your hand, just a tiny little bit, and you'll see how much I squeeze out when I do the tutorial in a few seconds. So a little bit goes a long way. Just start with a little bit at first. Don't go overboard because it will dry out the product and it will make it hard to apply on your eyebrow because it gets kind of like, not crusty, but it just doesn't apply well and it just kind of crumbles and stuff. That being said, it kind of does make you have to work a little bit faster when you're filling in your eyebrows, just because you don't want it to dry when you're trying to blend everything together. So this is kind of something that takes a lot of practice if you're new at filling in eyebrows especially, but it is something that I'm sure everyone can get the hang of after you practice for a little bit, so that doesn't get in my way, and that's pretty much the only gripe that I have about it. I think it's a really great product. Something else that I really love about this product is that it fills in the spots where you don't have hair on your eyebrows, which is like a lifesaver for me because I thought it was a good idea to shave off like half of my outer part of my eyebrow for some reason. I don't know. Don't judge me. And this just goes right over that area. No problem. Some products, when I use them, especially if it's like a powder, they don't cover those bald patches as well, so it's obvious that you don't have hair in that area. So this is definitely something that I think is good for people that have like patchiness or bald spots or shave their eyebrows off like me because they just feel like it one day. So yeah, that's basically it. I would give it like an 8 out of 10 just because the dryness kind of throws me off, but it is a really great product that lasts such a long time and I really like it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I'm just gonna kind of wrap this up and then I'm just gonna get into the demo, so let's do it. Alright, so here I am looking like an alien with no eyebrows. What can you do? So I'm just taking this NYX eyebrow gel in brunette, and then I'm taking this small angled brush by Pony Cosmetics. It's important to use a small, really thin angled brush to get really precise lines, and especially one that has a spoolie on the end to blend everything out. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. Actually, I used just a tiny bit less than this. It kind of just went all over the place and I got too excited, so use just a tiny bit less than that. First things first, I use a spoolie to comb out my eyebrow, and then I take just a little bit on that angled brush and I start mapping out about halfway into my eyebrow, and I just make a line underneath my eyebrow. And then I extended the tail, and I'm not dipping it back into the product because I want the first part of my eyebrow to be softer than the tail. So I'm just slightly, with a really light touch, blending that towards the beginning of my eyebrow because I don't want it to look that harsh in the beginning. So now I start to kind of blend that upwards, and I'm still not putting any more product on the brush. Like I said, a little bit of this goes a really long way, so it's important to just blend everything out before you dip it back into the product. So I'm still just blending using really short strokes, and then when I get to the beginning of the brow, I just flick upwards, and then I turn my brush to the side, and I just really, really lightly, like barely touching my skin, kind of flick those hairs around, and then I take the spoolie end and I just blend everything out really fast. And this is where I did dip back into just a tiny bit more of the product just to kind of really accentuate that lower part of my eyebrow, and then I'm just blending everything out once again. And now is when I'm starting to kind of map out the arch of my eyebrow. What I do is I just go to that arch and I just blend it down, just make really straight lines, and then I want those two lines to meet, so I'm going to fill it in between there. This is what I was talking about. I don't have a lot of hair on the outside of my eyebrow, so this just really covers those bald patches really well. And then I just like to make it really pointy at the end there. And then I just go over everything that I just did, and I make sure that everywhere is covered with that product. By this time it starts to get a little bit dry, and so I really like to spoolie it out once again just to make sure all the product is dispersed evenly. And this helps to put my eyebrows in place too, to make sure they're all going in the same direction. And then I take my foundation brush that has any powder left over on it, and I just soften the beginning parts of my eyebrows just to make them even a little bit more gradient looking. Oh. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's really easy. It might take you a while to get used to it, but it is easy. In the long run, you'll get used to it, I promise. Okay, you guys, so that is it for my video all about the NYX eyebrow gel. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope it was helpful to you. I really think that it's something that everyone should try if you're into trying new eyebrow stuff. I think they have like 4 or 5 shades to pick from, so not bad. Yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.